I'm gonna meet you now.
I'm just gonna sit here and eat my seedless grapes. Huh.
You would need another invite, won't you?
Just in case. So, Forza might be one to look out for as well. Same with links actually. Oh my god, I can hear myself. I'm that shit then. I sound like a rapist.
That's the Scottish in you, mate. Don't worry about it. I still have not figured out how to share live chat.
Hmm?
I still haven't figured out how to share the link.
From YouTube.
I found it.
It'll say copy a link somewhere.
Yeah, you actually have to come off the video and then press the three dots. It's so stupid.
Jesus Christ. So we have 12 drivers so far. How many drivers checked in? You know.
I'll have a look now.
I've just been for a pee and I need another one.
Tier 1, man. Oh, that's just tier 1 check. Tier 1 chicken. 13. I don't know how many reserves though.
They're probably being scared off by Monaco.
I know Young Light is meant to be on the grid tonight. He might be one to watch out for.
I can't even find the check-in, you know, because I'm an idiot. That's the wrong one.
I have a viewer. Hello.
Yeah, I'm dumb. Well, you see all the drivers starting to ready up anyway.
I guess our job starts now then.
So there is only got to be 13 drivers so far, unless we're waiting on people who are maybe late, like they might join in late, so. I can still hear myself through you.
I'll just try to figure out if I can hear me. Yeah.
Well, they did on the last one, you've not changed anything, so.
Yeah, I just don't trust PSN or YouTube.
Right guys, well, I don't know what to name the league now, so I'll just stick with F2 Clean Racing League for now. Welcome to the F2 Clean Racing League here at round 4, and we are at Monaco. Got a lot less drivers than we did last week. I think Monaco's kind of scared them away. And I'm also joined tonight by Bruce Ellis. Again on comms. That is a lot of your new name.
How's it going, boys?
And be glad I didn't call you Broccoli. That'd be funny. You're Broccoli, I'm Carrot. I ain't even ginger, I don't know why I said that.
I'm not green, but I'm still broccoli.
You're made up of water. I just realised there's no smoking sign on the side of the pits.
Oh yeah.
All the drivers now done their setups here. I might jump on board here with...
I'm on with Nivy.
I don't even know who I'm on with right now. I'm going to jump on board with Ian if I can catch up to his car. The fellow Scotsman. So this has got to be an interesting race. So who do you think's got to get pole, Bruce?
I'll go Nivy. Just from the
I think I'm still going to
die.
I was thinking, yeah, I was thinking we obviously spoke about it just before coming live. Nivy is pretty good at Monaco, especially in the F2 cars. He proved that last season as well. You see Ian coming through the tunnel section. Coming up to the, I can't remember what he called this, like chicane part. I call it hang on to your pants, because he might actually crash. He's got to come through the swimming pool. Making his way up to Rascath.
He's just going past Rascath now. The final
It's important you got there, right. It looks like Big Balls and his teammate.
Yeah, Big Balls has got
Big Balls and his teammate Lynx have took P1 and 2 here. So that is a good start for that team. I cannot remember the name of the car they're in, so...
Say it on the card, is it?
Whereas I think we're watching Lynx and he's actually in Mazepin's car. That can't be good. Oh, it's high tech. That's what it is, yeah. As we see Dragon on Speed, Kenny and Jay Hartnell, all three get disqualified from the session. But the running order right now is P1 Big Balls, P2 Lynx, P3 Ian, P4 Nivy, P5 Claw, P6 Sante, who is a newcomer. I don't think we've commentated over him before.
No.
P7 is Forster, P8 Vere, P9 Vintage, P10 Rosie, Dragon on Speed, Kenny and Jay Hartnell coming from the back.
Good luck to them boys.
Oh, are you in Gyoto's car, Lynx? I must have been viewing Big Balls everything. But as we get ready here for the feature race, the drivers have got to do the strategies, although there's not really a strategy in F2, is there, to be fair?
Yeah, it's more when to pit, what tyre to start on out of. I think it's softs and super softs you get around here, or mediums maybe.
All the drivers are obviously got to have to watch out for the fuel load as well. Obviously you can't change your fuel load, but you still need to manage it, like Bruce didn't a couple of weeks ago.
I was waiting for that.
I think a few drivers actually struggled with that, didn't they, actually?
Yeah, it was about 4 in
what
that
track
session.
was that again?
Singapore in the wet.
Singapore in the wet, yeah.
I still say that was a glitch.
The drivers are formed up in the grid now, and I am not getting a grid in the same team.
Oh, here we go.
Looks like Big Balls has actually got a very good start here.
Oh, Nivy, straight into second.
Straight to second from Nivy. That's actually a great job by Nivy there.
Sort of gap and went for it.
Nivy's actually made up 2 positions where Lynx has actually lost 2 here. Dragon, Kenny and Jay Hartnell all making up 4 positions off the start as well.
Lynx has dropped down to 4th. Just trying to see if he has any wing damage.
See here, I'm just watching Nivy right now. Try to gain some time here on Big Balls. Obviously Big Balls has the advantage here because this is a very hard track to pass on. Very easy to lose a wing as well.
Kenny made up a few positions as well. He's made up 4 into 8. Dragging on speed, made up 4 to get to 7th.
Jay made up 4 as well, but he just lost one to Mary there. We jump on board with... We actually jump on board here, we've got to jump on board with Lynx, as Lynx is looking to get past the Flying Scotsman. Lynx makes contact with the wall at Rathcast. His car's goes through a little bit here, I don't know if he's actually damaged from that. Got to have a look, and he is losing his left end plate, so that is not the way he wanted to start this race. Depending on how bad that damage is as well, depending on how bad that damage is, I've just jumped over him on that fight as well.
Dragon on Speed's also joined this fight. Kenny just behind it.
Kenny just joining in as well, yeah.
Ooh, bit of contact there.
I wonder if you were Lynx right now, Bruce, he has lead wing damage here. Would you pit? Or would you just try and run with it depending how bad it is?
Yeah, it just depends how bad it is. Like if he can run with it, because even if he loses time to the front three, he can still hold up the rest behind him.
Yeah, true. I think it's a little bit different in F2 cars, and he's also just picked up a 3-second time penalty. That wing damage is not going to be helping his case here. I think we might see him pit. Yeah.
Oh, he's stayed out.
He's still decided to go. The wing damage may not be that bad. I know what's different only from the F1 cars is you never pick up the fastest lap so far, 1:22.1. I know in the F1 cars, even if you have a little bit of like yellow damage, so you don't really lose that much time. But I think anything over that, and then you're struggling. Well, what's different in the F2 cars, I don't know.
Well, when we done this last season, I had minor wing damage and I found it undrivable, so...
Yeah. As you see, Dragon on Speed here is catching up to Clur again. Could be interesting. I'm actually going to change this to tyres right now to see. Forcer's just entered the pits here and put on the Super Soft. Dragon on Speed is the only driver out on Super Soft.
I think Super Softs are going to do 18 laps.
Well, you do need to pit during the feature race, so he's got to drag these out and then probably put on the sauce to the end, whereas we'll see the other drivers use the sauce or I don't know how many laps, to be honest, but they will probably finish on the super sauce depending on what kind of strategy they want to go with. As we also see Clur PR actually pick up a penalty, and Kenny picked up a penalty just before as well. Big Balls has the fastest lap at 1:22.17, beating Nivy's fastest lap by 100th of a second. So Big Balls and Nivy battling out who's at the top. As my Discord has gone mental, as Young Lights is looking for an invite. He should have received one, so...
I don't even have him on that.
But with the race already started, he would only be able to join in on the sprint race. So you've got to jump here as well. It looks like Jay Hartnell's also jumped into the pits here. I wonder if he actually had a lane change. He's got to be exiting the pits here as Forster is coming up on his left hand side here. Forster's made a lot of bit of contact with the wall. Jay closed that gap immediately so Forster didn't get past. So we jump on board here with the Scotsman.
Yeah, just jumped on that as
He's
well.
chasing down again. And Big Balls comes out with a fastest lap at 1:21.7. That's nice. Berry's made contact with the wall at swimming pool here.
Nice committed overtake there from Ian.
I think it also helps. I think Berry pulled over. He made contact with the wall going into the pits as well. think Very didn't want to get in Ian's way, so he slowed down to let him pass to make the overtake a little easier. It's actually good thinking by Very that, because trying to brake behind someone going into rask ass is not nice when they've got wing damage. There's quite some gaps showing up here. Obviously, Rosie jumped Very now in the pit.
I'm just on board with Dragon of Speed chasing down to third. They come through tunnel.
Sitting on board with Jay and Forster. Jay's made a little bit of contact with the wall here, and he's opened up a space for Forster. Forster's got to back out of that. As Jay's on blind and actually hits the wall, that looked like a nasty crash. Hopefully Jay manages to get the car back to the pits, get a change of tyre and the wing. That wing is really hard done by now. You can see, like, I'm on board with Jay now, he's having to take it so easy. We also see Kenny jump into the pits here, and it looks like it's just for a tyre change, although Kenny's opted with the super sauce here. Which is quite surprising. I thought Sauce would be able to go quite a few laps unless he had wing damage, I suppose. Very also opted with the super sauce. Jay Hartnell picked up a penalty. He has had Big Balls actually as well pick up a penalty. We have Santa currently chasing down Lynx.
Sorry about that.
I think Lynx has still got damage, isn't he? I don't think he's hit. Yeah, he's still got his left wing damage here.
And Juju is catching him.
I'm not sure if Juju actually knows that Lynx has this wing damage.
Sometimes Jeff is a good man and does inform you.
Yeah, 1 out of 10 times you will.
You're being generous there, mate.
Although if Santa might get a good look at this wing here as he's come down to this tight hairpin, and he might realise that he's got wing damage, and that will make him want to push.
The only real place he can get this is the chicane or turn 1, really.
Yeah. I was going to say with the DRS, but I don't really think the DRS actually helps in this car much, to be honest.
Barely helps in F1 around here.
But, somebody else's wing was just on the corner there as they come through the swimming pool. I think Lynx might have made a little bit of contact there with the wall again. There was an end plate sitting on the road, and Lynx has actually got to come into the pits here.
Yeah, I think he should have done that a few laps in order to be fair.
I think it was maybe I think he's maybe damaged his wing a little bit more, and that's actually forced him to actually go into the pits, as he was actually looking okay for a bit. As we jump on board here, there's not really many battles going on right now.
Yeah, Lynx has dropped down to 7.
I would say the closest battle right now is probably Very trying to catch up to Forster here, but Forster actually span after the chicane, and he seems to be struggling to get the car straight on the road again. And that's him, he's now fine. He's lost his right end plate, so we might see Forster actually maybe jumping to the pits here.
Poor Jay Hartnell's getting lapped. Just been lapped by Ian.
I think the thing with this track is though, even if you get lapped, it's sometimes so easy to unlap yourself because of mistakes from other drivers. as we known Jay in the past, Jay's not really wanting to show up in the feature race, but he is the Sprint Master King, so he always shows up in the sprint for some reason. Yeah, we're not seeing too many mistakes by drivers now. I think they've actually got into that rhythm. They actually like doing the laps. It can take a couple of laps to get into a rhythm with Monaco. But once you find that sweet spot, you're usually fine. Unless you're Bruce. Bruce likes to always win.
Oh, Lynx has just gone into the back of Vintage. He has made it past him now.
Yeah, he's made it past him. There's no damage on the car, so it must have just been a small.
Yeah, it was just a small tap.
I hate those kind of taps. Obviously, they may be looking at it from spectator mode as well. Like they might have not even tapped for all we know. It just looks really close to us on here. I've had that before, and like when you've been racing before and people have been commentating, they've said that I've hit the back of someone, but in the actual game of you're racing, you've not actually hit them. It just looks that way because the braking's that heavy.
Yeah. It was actually on the straight. I think Vintage got a poor exit out of Roscas and down the start finish straight. He's just sitting to the back of him. Very has just overtook Kenny, who has wing damage.
That little battle between Lynx and Vintage has allowed Dragon on Speed Tier to catch up to Vintage. As they come through into Raskas, Vintage actually screwed up his... Dragon on Speed nearly loses it coming out of the last turn.
So easy to do.
Both of them had a very poor entry and exit.
Rosie's
I think Dragon on Speed's exit was more because of Vintage having to slow down, but... Sorry, who was that?
Rosie's
and Kenny's just retired. Looks like Kenny's had enough of the feature race and he had actually retired in the pits like a good boy.
Rosie trying to make a move down the inside at the hairpin.
Let's jump on board. Where's Rosie? There she is. So we've got a good little scrap going on here now. We've got to stay on board with that. Dragon on Speed like it's making it in the bit of that. It's a great pass that.
Rosie's followed.
And Roddy's actually managed to take it as well.
I have a feeling Vintage just moved out of the way of Rosie though.
He may have. Is it maybe running that? I didn't see damage on his car before.
Probably just thinks they're faster, so he doesn't want to fight them.
It is possible to have a little bit of wing damage and still have your end plates. Maybe he's just decided that the faster doesn't want to hold him up. I think the thing with Monaco is as well, Bruce, like if you start holding people up, there's more chances of accidents happening.
Yeah. People start getting desperate then. Big Boss is just pulling away from everybody now.
Big Boss is pulling away. We've got to have a quick look at his... I'm looking at
the fastest lap as well.
So he does have a 3-second penalty, and Nivy is within that 3 seconds right now. So as it stands right now, Nivy would jump into P1 if it stayed this way. Quite surprising to see not actually that many penalties between the drivers. Usually in Monaco, even like a touch on the wall, the tiniest little bit, usually gives you a penalty.
My penalties usually come at the chicane.
But as we can actually see here, the top 4 are on 11 lap old softs, and Ian's on 10 lap old. So it's just went on to 11, sorry there. I would expect these drivers to pit quite soon. As you actually see, Dragon on Speed's already managed to get a gap of 2.3 seconds from Rosie. And Jay Hartnell has decided to retire in the pits as well. He's had enough of the feature race, hoping for better work in the sprint.
We believe in you, Jay.
It's kind of hard to call these sometimes when commentating because some of the cars are so far away. So I think I'm actually got the same board with Nibby right now, you know. Because right now is the balls in Nibby's like court really. They can keep decent pace and keep within 3 seconds of big balls. That's all they're looking to do. As we actually see the Flying Scotsman picking up a 3-second time penalty. And if I'm right in thinking that could be, he is on 6 seconds now. As they are a vintage also picks up a penalty. I don't know when these guys have got a pit.
No, I don't know the time around there at all.
They need to pit regardless to go into Super Softs. Because they've not had a pit stop yet. So it's either got to be now or maybe the next lap, because obviously the track gets a little bit better as you race on it, doesn't it? So the Super Softs got to last a little bit longer than they would at the start.
The top 5 still need to pit, and Vintage needs to pit.
And Vintage needs to pit as well, yeah. As does Rosie as well, actually, just looking at that there. Big Balls has decided to go again, you know, and has maybe.
And mine, Rosie's already picked.
She's on that 11 lap old soft right now.
Yeah, they should probably have to do the 2 seconds.
I think she had damage within the first 2 or 3 laps, and she started on softs and went back onto softs. I think it was.
PR seems to be catching Juju Santi.
And we actually see Ian pit right now here. He's looking to do the undercut, or is it the overcut? It's the undercut, isn't it? Yeah, the undercut. Yeah. He's also getting a wing change here, but it's actually got to hamper him just a little bit. He needs to make use of this next lap or 2. That will be Ian's last pit stop of this feature race. Or at least he's hoping anyway, he doesn't want to get any wing damage. And I shouldn't say that, commentator's call. We actually see Big Balls and Nibby jumping into the pits here. Nibby actually managed to get a couple of tenths into the time of Big Balls there as well. Nibby's pit stop was nice and clean, was like Big Balls was as well. Now can Ballsy's, like we all know the pace of Balls here. Can he rely on this pace to keep a gap from Nibby, do you think?
He needs to gain a 3-second lead, isn't it?
Yeah, right now he needs to be...
as long as he doesn't make mistakes, I can see him doing it.
I think the thing with Monaco, well, speaking from experience, I think the thing with Monaco is you need more consistency over pace. As long as you're consistent, not getting wing damage, still putting in some decent lap times, then usually you pick up points. It's not the easiest job in the world.
Juju and Lynx is right on his gearbox.
Coming through tunnel, aren't they? Seen quite a few overtakes in the tunnel.
I think Ju has either spun or something because he's 18 seconds behind Furman.
Not entirely sure, to be honest. Oh no, wait, he did pit. He's on brand new super softs, isn't he? It'd have been the pit stop. As Corpior has just jumped into the pits here, so Santi will take a provisional P3 with 5 laps to go. As we also see White's jump the car here as well. Both of these three guys. It seems to be one of the closest battles here. Actually, no, it's not. Dragon and Speed has actually just caught up to Corpial just within DRS range as well. Ian sets fastest lap at 121.4.
Dragon is on the slower tyre.
Now, I've got a question for you here, Bruce. If you were Ian, being in P8, with the sprint race coming up, P8 would actually have you starting P1.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Would you take the... Would you just stay where you are and just try and get that position?
Yeah, I would.
Because we actually see Big Ball set at 120.3, so he is looking at his pace to get him through this year. And he has actually gained a 3.7 lead on Nivy.
If I was Ian, I'd try and get the fastest lap if I can, just for the extra points.
He did just have it until Balls broke it there. Someone has just made contact with the wall. It's actually Corpial coming out of the Rascas. And he's pulling over a bit here to let Dragon on Speed go. As Dragon on Speed did have the DRS. So it's not been a super eventful race, but the fact that we've only seen 2, I don't even want to call them DNFs, or the like retirements in the pits is pretty good. As Monaco, well, you know what it is, Bruce. You've seen like half the grid finish, sometimes less than half a grid.
I've seen ranked lobbies and all, mate.
Yeah, oh god, I would not want to do a line over here. Lynx is still pushing here. And Ian's actually found himself up to 6 here. That means Rose is now sitting in the prime spot for the sprint race. She's currently at 14 seconds behind Lynx, but she has 14 seconds on Vintage here. So I think we can all but maybe guarantee Rosie's finishing position maybe. As Nivy is still trying to pick up the pace here to catch up to Big Balls. The actual time between them has been sitting at 3.7 for a couple of laps now.
Minus is 3.5 to switch to
3.5, So Nivy's finding that extra little bit of pace right now. Which is all you need, as you see, Lynx is so really close here to Ian. But all he has, he doesn't even have to pass Ian here, to be honest, because of penalties. Actually, wait, yes he does. Both of them have 6 seconds, so Lynx needs to get past Ian. And if I think if I was Rosa right now, even though she doesn't have any penalties, I don't really see the Odinson pushing Lynx and Ian. I would rather keep that 8th spot to start P1. Starting pole in Monaco is the biggest advantage that you can get. And Lynx does make it past Ian in the tunnel.
It did seem like
so
Ian
many
moved over.
in the tunnel.
It seemed to me like Ian just let him past her.
Maybe they just don't want to.
Gentle driving.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, I wouldn't let anyone pass. Like, I'd make them work for it. But although maybe Ian's playing the the sprint race game here, because even starting P7, that means it has got to start P2.
Yeah.
And P2, even P2 in Monaco isn't that bad. If you can get a really good start, you can actually jump the person in P1 going into turn 1.
Well, you see Nivi straight from 4th to 2nd on before he even reached turn 1.
Speaking of Nivi right now, he's about to come on to his 20th lap here. And he's currently 3.1 seconds behind Big Balls, so he needs to find a couple of attempts here in the last 2 laps.
I'm going to check Big Balls' warnings now. Let's see what he's on. Yeah, he's 1 warning away from a penalty.
Another warning away from a penalty, so he's got to be playing this safe. He can't really afford to play it safe.
He has game. The outer change is so quick.
Yeah, I think it's because they were coming through. They were coming through the hairpin, so his delta will go up a little bit more because he's obviously exiting it, as he's still navigating it. There's not much difference in these 2 guys here. I will say, Nivi just broke into that 3-second mark there, and again.
Yeah,
Nivi seems to have better pace than Balls through sector 3 here. So if Nivi on this last lap, as Balls is about to start the last lap, and Nivi close to following him. Nivi is within that 3 seconds again. I think we're going to see Nivi push here.
Nivi can afford 2 more warnings before he gets penalty.
So Nivi can afford to push a little bit. Obviously Balls needs to watch what he's doing here.
Balls needs to get the balance right. Nivi did just clip a wall there.
He took that hairpin nice.
Seems alright.
Actually, he took that hairpin really nice. And he's back within the 3 seconds with Big Balls again, just for a short time there. What driver's going to have a better sector 3 here?
Ian has binned it at Raskas.
Oh yeah, what's his away frame plate there? So we've got to jump on board with these guys. We've got to watch Big Balls cross the line. I think Nivi's got to do this, you know. Big Balls goes a little bit wide into Raskas here. As long as Nivi manages to get through there, okay. Big Balls has got to cross the line. I think Nivi's got this.
Oh,
and
that's
Nivi
close.
misses out by 600ths of a second. Real close there. That was a great, even though they weren't real battling each other on the track, it was a great battle throughout that. As we'll jump on board with, I don't know how to pronounce it, his name,
Judge Santi.
Yeah.
Just call him Santi, it's easier.
Yeah, just call him Santi. As he is going to come around and take P3 here at Monaco. That means he will start in position 5, 6, I think. We also see Dragon and Speed. Dragon and Speed actually had a great race here. Dragon and Speed pick up P4, copy art, crosses the line in P5, winks in P6. See Ian just coming out of Raskas here. We will take P7, and Rosie's got to come across the line, albeit in an 8th, but she will be starting P1 in the sprint race.
Well done to everyone who finished that.
Well done to everyone who finished. The driver of the Dragon on Speed picked up the driver of the day from the feature race. I think I might actually need to agree with that.
Yeah, I would.
Had some nice overtakes in there. Had some decent pace as well. I think if it wasn't for maybe some traffic, you could have maybe chased down Nivi and Big Balls. We are going to get ready here for the sprint race. See, Big Ball's also picking up that fastest lap. And if I'm right in thinking, they also get 4 positions, 4 points for pole.
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
So he took a nice haul of points there. He's actually done the Grand Slam. He led all the laps as well. Led all the laps, fastest lap, pole. I don't know, make up some other things, I don't know. He's done the Grand Slam.
Well, if he wins the sprint race, then he's done the full lot.
Yeah.
Oh, Lynx has left the session.
He's got to be starting P8. Lynx should have a couple of spare invites here from Nivea, as Nivea was sending out the invites. We'll get ready for the sprint race. I wonder how many laps this is going to be if the feature was 21.
I think it's 12.
So I've got to be 12 or 13, yeah.
11 or 12.
Yeah, also as people know, you don't actually need to make a pit stop in the sprint race. You can use the tyres the entire time here.
Oh, he's rejoined.
As the Lynx has just rejoined the session here, hopefully he can get back into his car in time. So I would expect to see a fair amount of these drivers actually on the soft compound, as they should be able to make it to the end. I'd be really surprised if we've seen any super softs, unless I try to pick up a fastest lap point, but they need to be within the top 8 to get that, I think.
Yeah, I think you do, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's only top 8 to get points in the sprint race actually as well, so. There's 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. And away we go. As we're going to stay on board here with Rosie for the time being.
Ian's got a good start. Rosie just holds him off.
Rosie's managed to hold that position. That's a great start from Rosie here. Lynx's car is currently AI.
Yeah.
He's ghosted. I think he's meant to take control of it.
Yeah, he's got to be careful where he takes control of his car now.
He might actually have control of this car already, you know. It looks like he does actually have control of the car. As Nibby's actually spanning out here, Nibby had a bit of contact.
He's still ghosted.
Is he still ghosted? Might just be something to do with the lobby here, as Nibby's car is currently ghosted through Forcer's car. I'm not entirely sure what's happening there. I'm not entirely sure what happened to Nibby either, I just see his car spin.
Oh, Forcer's gone for it. I mean, Nibby, sorry. Just sent it in the chicane.
Kenny makes a little bit of contact with the wall. They're both tired here, and Kenny's actually made contact with the wall. They were going side by side, Nibby and Kenny here. It was got to be one of them that went into the wall, and unfortunately this time around it was Kenny. We actually see Jay Hartnell, the king of the sprint race. He's currently made up 4 positions into P8. As Lynx has just informed me that his Wi-Fi, I'm allowed to swear on this comm, so his Wi-Fi took a shit. And now it won't let me actually do anything. I think that's why his car's still AI mode ghosted. Although I don't think it's actually AI. Yeah, it's actually still got a red X on there.
It's really frustrating when that happens.
I think that might be something to do when he actually joined the lobby again. But as we'll jump back up here for a second at the top. Rosie doing well to hold off Ian so far.
Just watching Big Balls on Santi.
Lord will be looking at try and make up as many positions as he can. As Nibby just picks up a 3-second time penalty here. Ian with the fastest lap so far, 121.5. Let's jump on board the big ball here as well. Actually, I just seen he got really close there.
It's just holding off, looking for any mistake.
Santi went a little bit defensively and then thought differently about it. Went in the corner. He pulled over at the right really quick there. You see quite a lot of drivers and I do that myself as well in Monaco. As soon as someone's behind you coming out that corner, you just go to the right and they can't really do much. But sit behind
the inside if they get the chance. I either bin it or I get the move done.
He cut. Oh, his big ball makes a little bit of contact with Santi here. Santi seems to be okay from that. I'm going to check Big Ball's car right now. As Jay Hartnell picks up a time penalty. Big Ball's car actually looks okay, it doesn't look like there's any damage there.
Dragon Speed is taking an interest in this as well, right?
Yeah, I think if they stay on board with these two, you might actually see Santi try this again. Santi cut off that inside line that you were talking about, Bruce. So it only really left balls to go down the outside, and that's a bit of a risky move. I'd rather do the inside than the outside. I'm made aware there. But we've got to see it again here in a second. He pulls over to the right just for a second, and then comes straight back in when he notices that the balls isn't close enough to make a move.
I noticed a lot of people brake really early into that corner as well, so I usually just send it.
Different people have their different braking points, don't they? I tend to brake late into that one, and then I'll brake early into the hairpin. Oh, Big Balls makes a mistake there, and he decides to cut the corner instead of going in the back of Santi. Got to respect him for that. I'd have probably just smacked him up the arse if it was me. I don't have that reaction time anymore. He's got me. I've made a little bit of contact here.
Shite game then, mate.
There's not a shit about the crew. You play the crew.
Very rare.
We play it tonight.
Yeah, all over the road, you know.
Yeah, I kind of want to jump on there, but Dragon Speed's actually just joined the battle with Santi and Big Balls here as well. I'm sorry if you can hear me crunching, I'm eating a grape. Oh, this hairpin section's about to go. As Kenny is just retired again. And it looks like Kenny's actually lost control of the car coming out of a swimming pool. It's got to be a virtual VSC as we actually see Jay Hartnell coming to the pits.
What happened to Jay and Nibby?
I think Jay broke his wing, yeah, he's getting his wing changed, and Nibby's just not had any luck since spinning out. But Jay is making use of this virtual safety car here.
Lintz is still in AI.
I don't actually think it was letting them take control of the car. As this VSC has actually got to help Rosie a little bit here. As Nibby has just been hit with a drive-through penalty for speeding under the pit lane, under the VSC, sorry. Really, and that all but seals Nibby's luck in this sprint race. He had a fantastic feature race, but unfortunately for him the sprint race has not went his way. But this is actually one track where I really don't like VSCs either. because the delta is so up and down and there's so many corners. It's hard to keep track.
I just stayed second.
As we actually see Rosie and Ian coming into the tunnel here. Rosie is just about to lap her
that looked like wing.
From whose car?
It was either Rosie or Jay Hartley.
It might have been Jay's. I think it was Jay's. I think it was yeah, it was his left end plate. I think that's when he's tried to let Rosie and Ian pass. He's went a bit too far to the left there. But obviously Jay's done the right thing in the fact that he doesn't want to really hold up his teammate. As we're watching Ian now, he does have the DRS on Rosie. He's not going to be close enough to make a move here though.
But Kirkby's managed to catch up to them.
As unfortunately for Jay, again Jay has decided to go into the pit lane and retire. The same two drivers from the feature race both retiring one after the other again. They've not had the best of luck. But we know from experience with Jay and speaking to Jay all the time that he's not really a fan of Monaco.
Even though his first league win, was it a win? Came at Monaco?
I think it was either a win or a podium.
Yeah, it was podium in FCR.
But it's one of those, Monaco is one of these races where 9 out of 10 times your race is crap. And then that one time you do so good, like no penalties, anything like that. Like it just goes swimmingly for you. Ian actually just picked up a 3-second time penalty. So he is going to be looking to get past Rosie as fast as he can.
Done quickly.
As he makes a little bit of contact with the wall, last car. Was that enough to maybe give him wing damage? Yeah, I think it was the tyre that hit actually. And no, he has lost that left end plate here. This has just made Ian's job a little bit more harder now. As we can also see Kirkby now joining into this fight. Big Balls still chasing down Santi. Dragon on speed, still chasing down Big Balls.
Big Balls has a penalty as well.
Oh yeah, so he does, yeah. As Dragon on speed nearly lost it there, coming into the corner. He seems to be okay though. Jump down and see what the other drivers are doing. Berry is just in a race of his own really right now. The same with Forster, the same with ALR Vintage as well. Even though Winch's AI car is trying to catch him up here. Winch did leave again. Winch has not been able to take control of that car, so this is unfortunate. And despite Nivi's bad luck, Nivi is still deciding to at least finish this race. That's what I like to see. Especially after the drive through. If that was me, I'd have probably quit.
Yeah, that's how I felt on Monday.
It's a being so close again.
Yeah, battle for fourth.
Yeah. And the thing here is as well, the DRS is doing nothing at all. Dragon Speed was actually looking at maybe get past Big Balls here. Deciding against it. He's got a good entry and exit out of this corner. Big Ball goes a little right to just block off that space there.
But while he's defending, Santi does get to pull away a bit. Bit of breathing room.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting to pull away that much. As the defending move for there, really, you don't even have to go that far right. You just need to sit in the middle and then the cars can't get past. It's too risky for them to try and make that move. Big Balls actually gets a really nice exit out of that corner though. You see him coming through a swimming pool. Dragon on speed does. Oh, as he makes contact with Santi again. Yellow flag has been deployed here. And
it's so late going in there.
Dragon on speed is... I think Dragon on speed's actually got to be able to catch up here now, as that should be some major wing damage for Big Balls. I can't see his wing because the Ghost of Nivy is currently inside him as well. But I actually can't see it.
It looks crazy on spectator mode.
He still has his end plates. It's really surprising that, because that knock that he gave him there is usually enough for wing damage.
Oh, this game takes
after that knock has actually helped Santi out more than it's hindered him. Santi's managed to gain like a 2-second lead. So we've got to jump back on board here with Ian as he's still currently chasing down Rosie. And as I said before the start of the sprint race, like, 8th place is where you want to be. See, Rosie's not really had to do much yet, as it is so hard to overtake on this track. Ian makes contact with the wall at Rascas. That's allowed Cor to pass as well. He's still got to have DRS here, so should be okay. I don't think he's got any damage. I think I still see the end plate here. That's unfortunate for Ian now. That has gave Rosie loads of room now to just, I wouldn't say ease off, as you still need to still put in some decent laps, but as we actually see Very just jumped into the pits here, getting released on the super soft. Looks like he may be trying for the fastest lap, as he is in P8. So if memory serves me right with the rules here, if he gets fastest lap, he will actually get the point for it.
Yeah, he will, yeah.
Yeah. And he's managed to do that because of the gap that he's got between him and Vintage here. So it looks like we might see Very pick up this fast lap, and we know Very's pace here as well, more than capable of doing it. As we jump back on board here with Dragon on speed. And the Big Ball's still fading out here. We've seen quite a few mistakes in Rascastle tonight. It's one of the things, if you go too tight, you hit the wall on the right side. If you go too wide, you hit the wall on the left. I try to find that middle ground.
When you're under pressure as well. Or to catch your rear tyre coming down the chicane. Surprised we haven't seen that tonight yet.
I've done a couple of laps from Monaco the other day there, and I did that 3 times.
Get out of your system before you race there.
Yeah, pretty much, right. All the battles have really died off a little bit here, except for the Big Balls Dragon on speed. We'll stay on board with this. I don't know if it's just me, but I really hate the noise that the cars when it ups you.
I don't mind them, I hate
it sounds like you're smacking someone on the head with a mallet. Big Balls gets a little bit squiggly there coming out there the last turn.
Maybe it's just the fastest lap.
Yeah, I've just seen that actually, never getting the fastest lap. On 10 lap holds off as well. Which is actually quite surprising.
That's the weird thing about these F2 cars though, it seems like the tyres get faster each lap you do.
Yeah. So we'll have a quick look here, they're still really close to these guys. I don't think Nive will get points for that fastest lap, but as long as he's taking points out with somebody else in front of him, I don't think he'll mind. You never know, it could be that 1 point that decides the championship at the end of the season. Striker on speed walked up a little bit there, going into the chicane, I think. Ian picks up another time penalty here. And unfortunately for Ian as well, Santi has managed to catch up to him here. And he will have DRS, and Ian's decided to go into the pits. As Nibby sets another fastest lap. And Ian has decided to retire. I'm not sure why he decided that he's maybe just had enough.
He would have come out the pits in a points position.
He's got that Scottish temper, what can I say? I've done that a few times myself. We'll stay on board here. Big Balls has actually managed to catch back up to Santi here, so his pace is obviously showing. That will move Berry up to P7. We should see Vintage come up as well. I'll jump on board with this guy. I'm going to keep on watching for the Dragon's perspective, it's a little bit easier to see. I think Dragon and Speed made a little bit of contact with the wall. And there's a DRS train again on the home straight here. As Corpiard actually lost the car in turn 1. I'm not entirely sure what happened. I was switching to Rosie and caught him in the last second. He did just reset the track there. I'm not sure if that goes along against the league rules, but
to be fair on him, he did wait for everyone to pass before he done it.
He waited. It's to be fair, in turn 1, it's really hard to swing your car back around. You can actually DNF. I've seen it a few times with a couple of people. So the reset to track might actually be looked past for that reason. And he did wait for the drivers who were immediately behind him to come past as well. So we're actually going to jump on board here with Rosie as she comes through the swim pool for the last time, coming up to Rascasse. She has led the full sprint race from start to finish, taking it nice and easy. They get a little bit of showboating.
Don't bin it now.
Yeah, don't bin it, Rosie, please. That would be funny. We see Santi cross the line in P2. Dragon on Speed picks up the last podium position of P3 with Big Balls in P4. PR with P5, he will be a bit disappointed in that as he did have P2 in the bag. But P5 is still a good position to finish. And we will see. Should I cross the line out? Here comes Very as well. Can we get some showboating from the rest of the lads?
Donuts, maybe?
Yeah, never, if you're listening, do some donuts. You can even do donuts on this track, I don't think there's enough space.
We'll give you a point if you pull it off.
If you pull off a donut and you don't hit a wall, you might get a point. You are one of the league runners, so it's up to you.
He's gone very slow, so he ran out of fuel.
He ran out of fuel, yeah.
Should be easy to pull off the donuts.
He was in the stream before, but I think he may have turned it off when it came to the sprint race, so he may have not heard us.
Ah, that's where he went wrong, he turned it off. He was doing well when he had it on.
Has Foster picked up the driver of the day there? I think for the sprint race, I think my driver of the day may have to go to...
Mine will go to Santi.
Yeah, mine would actually have to go to Santi as well. He had a nice race here. He got a couple of love taps from Big Balls, but
yeah, Big Balls
that's
showing a bit of affection.
Races. As you can see Rosie on the podium there. Her character looks like she needs to go for a fucking tan. She is white as a ghost.
I just press X on that screen, I don't even look at it.
I don't know why I was watching it. But as you can see here, Rosie takes the win in the sprint race with P1.
Bit of weirdness going on here. It says Big Balls has fastest lap, when it's clear Nivi's is 2 seconds faster nearly. That's strange.
That is a little bit weird. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll leave that one up to the league runners.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you can see, Dragon on speed with that P3, Big Balls with the P4. He also was a winner of the feature race. Copiar in P5, Forza P6, Veda P7, Finish P8, Nivi P9, Lynx P10. Although his car was not really that active, I don't know if he'll get points for that. Ian, Jay and Kenny all retiring in the pits as
he wouldn't get points anyway because he finished 10th. It's only the top 8.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. I don't do F too much, okay?
So next week we have France in the F1 division, which will be the first F1 race of the calendar. Hopefully see you guys then.
Oh yeah, F1 starts up next week, don't it? Why?
I did not choose France, I promise.
Can't actually remember.
I'll have a look now.
I'm trying to have a look as well, but it's taking a while to load up for me here. Calendar. We are at Spa next week. Well, that is going to be an interesting race.
Oof.
So thanks for tuning in, guys. But me and Bruce will see you next week at the same time, different track, same shit, different day.
Whatever.
At